What is up everyone, and welcome back to more Naruto Shippuden. I am here with my reaction to episode 338. Why am I out of breath today? Oh my gosh, I just came back from the shop because we ran out of milk. And if you've got no milk, then you can't have tea. Okay, hands up if you have tea without milk. Although funnily enough, I only learned this the other day because I've got quite a big American audience. Americans are apparently not big on tea. And they don't have kettles. Like, they've got, not kettles like what we've got, but they've got, like, the screaming kettles, which I don't like those, for the record. I was like, what kind of country is this? I mean, what the heck? Who doesn't have at least 2 cups of tea a day? Are you guys okay? If you're having a bad day, have a cup of tea. Trust me, everything is, like, so much better with tea. No, I am not sponsored by a tea company, but I should be. In the last episode, Kabuto thought he had the upper hand, and it turned out that he was actually stuck inside Itachi's genjutsu. Genjutsu. Oh my gosh, it's Monday, can you tell? I was actually playing Little Nightmares 2 earlier. Bandai sent it to me, and yeah, I ended up having to have a lie down afterwards because I had a thumping headache after recording it. I was that scared and I was screaming and shouting so bad that I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to come back and record some Naruto. But I'm here. I've got my dad's jumper on because it's cold. So yeah, let's go with that. Don't forget, if you want to watch this episode before it is on YouTube, to head on over to my website, suzylu.co.uk, for the Patreon style version of this video. And also please feel free to hit me up over on my social media. It's Halloween week. And my Instagram got spicy, okay? Got a bit spicy. And everyone's mixed on it. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But I got plenty of Halloween content coming this week. So make sure you hit me up over on my Insta. But that's enough spice for one day. All right, let's do this. It's like he's caressing the back of his head. So nice.
Right now, Kabuto's caught in the loop you've created? And that's the Izanami? When did you cast it?
The very first time Kabuto stabbed me with that blade.
That was ages ago. What the heck?
You said that it was a visual jutsu that worked even without vision. How can a visual jutsu work without eyesight?
Izanami is a visual jutsu that works with the physical senses of you and your opponent. As you are battling your opponent, you use your visual prowess to take a record, like a picture, of the sensations you and your opponent are feeling in that instant. We'll call that Exhibit A. As time progresses, you find that Exhibit B is a more important moment. Then you record Exhibit C, and so on with Sharingan. Then you recreate those exact feelings.
Now I understand why people kept telling me that Itachi is like the biz. Okay, because this is crazy.
So Kabuto's consciousness is trapped inside the loop that you created. He'll be fighting a phantom you and a phantom me for all eternity then.
Not quite. There's an escape route built into the jutsu he could feasibly disengage. You see, the Izanami was developed to admonish and salvage an Izanagi user.
What does that mean?
You know a little bit about the Izanagi already. It is a perfect Uchiha visual jutsu designed to change destiny.
So while he's stuck in this, can we get the answers that we've been looking for?
What I'm about to tell you is the story of the Uchiha's Izanagi and how the Izanami came to be. I want to be sure you know this.
Izanami, and the story of its creation.
So the crazy thing is, right, nobody would know about any of this. Maybe Danzo did back in the day, because he seemed to be quite glued up on a lot of the Uchiha stuff. But if we lost Itachi and then none of this happened, Sasuke would never know anything about this. But would anybody else in the world as well? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, this information would literally get lost in time. That's crazy. He's so sweet when he's asleep. He's like so peaceful, little Kabuto.
die.
Quite amazing how they're so happy to sacrifice their eyes. You know, like they don't care.
A jutsu that allows the caster to choose their own ending carries with it a bigger risk than only the loss of one's vision. Most who used that overly powerful visual jutsu couldn't handle it and abused the power that they held. If there was only one Izanagi user, there was no problem. But when two or more used it, there was a scramble within the Uchiha clan to see who could get the best result.
I mean, that's what happens when there's too much power. The power struggle begins.
In the shinobi world, only results matter.
Well then, it seems my path is clear. I'll just have to rewrite that result. With my own Izanagi!
Do you think that with how competitive and how strong the Uchiha clan actually was, do you think that they would have maybe destroyed themselves anyway?
I'll take your wish, and I'll make it mine. Thanks to the power of my own Izanagi!
Cause that's it, they're all attacking each other because of power. So the question is, would they have eventually just like disposed of each other anyway?
The Izanagi's ability to influence outcomes caused much intra-clan rivalry. The Izanami was ultimately created to control its power. Normal vision-based genjutsu is powerless against visual prowess.
If you intend to oppose me too, then I'm afraid that I have no choice.
He's probably gonna kill you anyway, honey. Cause you already drew your sword on him.
My hands are already deeply stained with blood. You think I would stop now? What would be the point?
You don't know yourself anymore. You don't know what your true strength really is.
Be quiet!
Oh my goodness, like they're all kind of crazy with power.
If you have the will to change, then take my hand.
You can't fool me.
He's just gonna chop your hand off. Yeah. Oh, substitution.
If you continue to refuse to listen to me, then I'm prepared as well.
Oh my goodness. I mean, she's an Uchiha, so she's gonna be badass.
First-rate work sneaking up behind me like that. However, while I have the Izanagi, you won't be able to beat me. It's over for you.
I was gonna say, who's trapped in the loop? Is it him or is it her? Because I think it's him. And there's your butterflies. Oh my gosh. It's totally crazy, actually. You would lose your mind.
The Izanagi that you depend on so much will not protect you now.
Quiet! No, not yet. Not yet!
Reality is a product of chance that we call fate. We cannot predict it. But Izanagi can twist around an inconvenient reality and lead it to a new fate. If someone is using the Izanagi to change an outcome for their own benefit, the Izanami causes them to circle endlessly in a loop.
So you can't even abuse it either. Oh, I don't know if I like this.
Izanami forms a loop using physical sensations, even stopping Izanagi from warping reality.
Since the Izanami is a jutsu meant for stopping the Izanagi, there's an escape route that's built into the loop.
So, do we think that Kabuto is going to be smart enough to escape? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be the end of Kabuto's journey right here. So I wonder, if he just grabs her hand, it'll end.
Take my hand and grab hold of the future that awaits you.
Dude, you've got no choice. You're gonna have to do it.
For all the blood on my hands.
Even still, take hold of it.
You'd have no choice. You'd have to grab her hand, otherwise you're stuck in this loop forever.
I'll accept reality and we'll move forward.
I hope she's not lying.
Once one accepts the original outcome and stops trying to run from it, the loop will stop. This jutsu guides you toward accepting your fate, instead of relying on jutsu to change it. A jutsu with an escape is too dangerous to use in combat. That is why the Izanami is a forbidden jutsu. If Kabuto stops trying to transform himself, then he'll be able to bring the loop to an end.
This is Kabuto, man. I don't know if he's ever gonna manage to do that.
I understand why Izanagi and Izanami became forbidden jutsu. And I also see how one must learn from the past, accept one's fate, and then find a way to move on afterward. But why? Why'd you even bother casting this jutsu on Kabuto? If he could still escape, then...
He reminds me of the old me.
See, even after everything, Itachi is still doing what's right for Kabuto. That's a big deal. He didn't have to do that.
I understand him too well. Both of us were used by the shinobi world. He can't forgive himself or accept himself for what he truly is. It's clear that what he's doing is wrong, but he's not completely to blame for not realizing that.
That's what I says to you. Kabuto was just a nice, normal boy until it was too late.
Why would you feel you needed to help him do that? He is not like you. No, you were perfect.
Sasuke. You know, I was going to control you. I planned to use the visual jutsu Koto Matsukami. I treated you as though you were a child. I thought you needed my protection. I was unable to trust your strength. Sometimes two people who appear to be complete opposites are actually two sides of the same coin and can only succeed when they work together.
God, ain't that the truth? Whew.
Do not ever say that I was perfect. First off,
I was gonna say it's a heck of a statement to call Itachi perfect, but isn't that adorable that Sasuke still thinks that?
if you want to exit this loop, you must re-examine your mistakes.
Shut up! I know he's going to use a fire-style jutsu. Water style! Water dragon!
Water style, water dragon missile!
He saw that coming with his Sharingan.
Kabuto, you have to repent. And I just think it's kind of adorable in a weird way that this is what Itachi's doing for Kabuto. Change your ways. Be better.
Where have I ever made a mistake in all this? All I ever wanted was for someone to be there for me. Someone to acknowledge me. Someone to appreciate me. Tell me, where is the mistake in wanting that?
First off, I should have acknowledged and appreciated myself for the person I was. If I'd just done that, I never would have had to lie to anyone. To myself or to you. If you lie to yourself, how can you have friends or be trustworthy? In the end, all these lies will keep you from seeing your true self.
They're so alike, it's crazy. Both Kabuto and Itachi.
Damn you, Itachi!
I get it, but you're wrong. Like, the way you're going about things is so wrong. But my heart feels heavy for him, because this wasn't the life. Again, the shinobi world has done this to him.
They never tell us rearguard shinobi what's going on. We're kept almost completely in the dark on everything.
That's true. So, what are you gonna do when this war's over?
Well, I'll start by going home. If the war ends and the 5 great nations continue to be friendly allies, then maybe my little brother, who's been on a mission forever, can finally come back home. You could come home with me. I mean, my home is just an orphanage. But if my little brother's there, he can take a look at your wounds for you.
Wow, Urushi. Thank you.
I really hope you'll come home this time. Kabuto.
Oh no!
I'll stop the reanimation jutsu now.
But then doesn't that mean Itachi has to go as well?
All the reanimated shinobi will be gone. And that should bring the war to an end.
But... brother, you will go too.
But I will have protected my village. I am Itachi Uchiha of the Leaf once again. I have no more regrets.
You may be able to forgive the Leaf, but I can't! You have no more regrets? What about what you've made me become? What about that, huh?
Sasuke just doesn't want you to go, Itachi.
I'm not the one who can change you, Sasuke. But I can stop this. This reanimation jutsu is something that I can affect. In doing so, I'll fulfill my promise to Naruto at least. It's time to end this. Tell me the signs to stop the reanimation jutsu. Tsukuyomi.
Oh god, I know we've already lost him, but I don't want him to go.
I've kept my promise. I leave the rest up to you, Naruto.
God, what an episode. Well, I'm not cold anymore. I'm roasting. Oh. Just seeing, like, Sasuke's desperation at the end there, where he's like, but you did this to me. Like, he's literally just getting mad because he's like, I don't want you to go. You know, and him calling Itachi perfect is like, it's just so sad because it's just like, he's remembering what it was like to be young, looking up to Big Brother. And even though after everything that's happened, he's like, but you're perfect, you know? The perfect big brother that caused you to be a little bit crazy, but in your mind, you know, he's still your big brother. And he's still perfect. And Kabuto as well, and like his buddy, like, oh, I hope he comes back. You know, how many years have passed and you're still wanting Kabuto to come back to the orphanage, your brother? Like, I'm not looking forward to the next episode. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely not looking forward to it. Okay. Alright, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.